Hey everybody, I'm Asian Funk. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm joined by Aaron from Nerdwood Cosplay, a prop maker and costume builder from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. He is also the creator of the award-winning, and in my opinion, the definitive Professor X costume. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure.
So this is, how often do you get interviewed about your costumes?
This is my first video interview. I think I'm still a little bit of an unknown in the cosplay world because there's some big cosplayers out there.
Your Professor X costume always gets recommended to me in the feed of things you might be interested in. Like, it always shows up every time, and I was like, okay, I get it, I'll check this out. And I was like, oh wow, this is really good. Why did you choose Professor X?
It's a quick story, but I'll tell it. I was coming back from C2E2. I had worn a costume that I normally don't get to see, which is the Iron Man Mark 1. I was just brainstorming with the other people in the car, and I'm like, what is it that we never get to see? And I wanted to do something X-Men, because X-Men's how I got into comics when I was a kid. I see a lot of people do Professor X, but I never see the hover chair. And I love the cartoon from the 90s, and it just started from there. I took some measurements of myself to try to decide, okay, is this even possible? Can I build this thing and get it out of my basement, which was its own challenges. And it just took off from there. Every time I got a challenge, something worked out. I tried something and something new worked. And I had a lot of new processes for myself, things that I had to learn from other YouTubers as far as making my foam work look good and everything like that. And even getting back into soldering, which I hadn't done since tech school. So
can you describe it to us? Like what
Sure.
parts are in it? I know there's like a little bit of everything that goes into it. Can you kind of describe?
Let me grab the model.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because this is the model that I used. Here, I'll take Chuck out of there. I knew I couldn't do this. I can't fake a jet of air. So that was the first thing I built, and it had to be large enough so that I could actually walk inside this thing.
Right.
I had to be able to have a stride. So there's actually, the version that most people have seen is actually the second version. I took the chair back into the shop. I tore it all apart, redid the paint, redid a lot of the seams, and redid some of the LEDs and a little bit of the jet work. Just because the first place that I showed it at, I got a lot of good feedback from other cosplayers on what I could do to make it better. And they were absolutely right. And it was fantastic after that.
Yeah, I think that's what separates your cosplay of Professor X from others is the fact that it's really hard to depict the hover chair hovering above the ground. Right. And I have not seen that replicated since I've seen yours. And I think part of it's because it's very difficult to show that and also make it a practical outfit. Right. Can you tell me about like how many versions or iterations you had to go through before you felt like it was ready to show? Or did you take an early version out to a convention and then you got feedback and you touched it up? And then can you tell me about that process?
Exactly. The very first version, and I should mention too, it is my most expensive cosplay to date because I had to buy a trailer to move it in. It would not fit in my vehicle at the time.
Oh, because it was just so big.
Yeah, so I had to go buy a trailer for this thing to fit in.
Oh wow.
And I should mention too, it breaks into three pieces. So the base, the jet is one piece, the chair itself, like this bit, is one, and then the backrest is one. So that's how I actually got it out of my house. I was on my second version when I showed it at GalaxyCon in Minneapolis. And that's kind of where I've left it. I think it's one of those things where you don't want to keep changing it too much. You don't want to keep trying to update it too much because you'll end up ruining something that was just perfect on its own. And that's how I do a lot of my costumes. I can look back on like Iron Man Mark 1 and I can see the flaws. I can see the rookie mistakes that I made on it. But I'm not going to mess with it because people love it when they see it, and I love wearing it. And yeah, you don't want to break it further, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fun to see like how like it's nice to see the imperfections sometimes
Yeah.
in a cosplay, because then you know it's handmade or it's homemade. You know, you didn't just buy it. And yeah, I think that's part of the fun is kind of seeing those little things that, because if it looks too perfect, then it's like it's not. I don't know. There's something about if it looks too professionally done, then
Yeah.
it's not as interesting.
And, and if you look at it up close, if you're a person who works in foam, you see the imperfections. I mean, some of them are very obvious. And I've even had some judges comment to me, you know, yes, we get that your foam work is getting there. You're getting better every time you do something. And maybe the reason why they liked it so much was because it was something that they'd never seen before. Not so much the quality, but just the, you know, that it's so new.
I've only seen brief videos of it in motion, and I was like, I can't believe how you're able to move in that. Can you describe about how you tried to figure out how you would like walk in it at all?
I knew early on that it was going to be me pushing it, but I did not want my arms to be involved at all. You know, because Professor X, we've always got this going and things with his hands. So it had to be, I literally had to make a way to wedge myself into it, which is how I did it. I made a PVC bracket that wedges in there and actually pushes against my gut.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I see. And then it's kind of like the like a seat, you know, like on a roller coaster, right? It's like the things that come over your waist. Is that what
Yeah.
you're? Okay.
Yep. So any direction I move, whether it's turning or backwards or anything like that, it absolutely glides with me. And I did a couple different versions of the wheels too. The first version, I had one of the front wheels tucked under, and then the thing was like wrestling with a mule the entire day. It would not go the direction I wanted it to, but I went with bigger wheels. I keep them greased and much better, much smoother. Because that's the point, right? It has to just look like I'm gliding across the floor.
Exactly.
And that's probably one of the questions I get most is people want to know, are you actually sitting in that, or what are you doing? And sometimes I'll tell them, and sometimes I'll just dance around or something like that.
Oh, that's amazing. Like you're just like, oh, can't tell you. Sorry.
If I'm trying to joke around, I got a buddy in Davenport that I met at a con, and this was his first con, and it was the first time I was wearing it. I would pretend to be asleep, and I would just keep walking.
Oh, that's so perfect.
That got a lot of laughs out of people.
That's great. And you've won awards with this costume, right? Like,
I've won one award. I did. So this was GalaxyCon Minneapolis, and I actually won their Best in Show.
That's so great.
So this is the biggest honor I've taken home, and total surprise to me. I did not expect to win Best in Show. I was really just hoping to place, because
that was recent too, right? That was just last year.
Yep, that was in November. My fellow competitors were so excellent, and I got so many tips and things from them, because you do a lot of standing around waiting for your turn to go. When they announced the awards, I was just like, okay, I get why these people won. They're amazing. So when they called my name, I had the helmet on, and I didn't even hear my name. So at first I didn't go up there, but.
That's hilarious. No, yeah, that's fantastic. Congratulations. And I can see why you won. I mean, it's like, I haven't seen it in person, but I can just tell from, you know, online, like people are always like, this is probably the best, you know, Professor X cosplay I've seen. This is one of the best X-Men outfits I've ever seen. And I've seen, even if you just Google Professor X cosplay, most of them don't have the yellow hover chair.
Right.
It's just, you know, it's just a simple chair or a wheelchair. And then the ones that are with the yellow hover chair, it's not, you know, it's just cardboard, and you can, you know, it's just, they all follow the same structure. So it's not, you know, it's nothing different. But yours is the only one I think is still like, it stands out.
That's so hard to like beat though, you know, because I'm always trying to build something bigger and better, and it's challenging.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what is it like so far your showstopper? Is that the costume that you like, if you want to wow people, that's the one you wear, or are you trying to build something that's just as good?
I have moved on to another costume. Actually, two costumes since Professor X. I am trying to build a 9-foot tall Sentinel right now.
9-foot tall Sentinel. That is
Yeah.
Why? Why would you want to do that?
Because the Sentinel, I've seen other people do it, but I've never seen anyone do it big. Because these things are huge and scary, and you know what their faces look like, and they're loud, and that's what I want. I see so many X-Men cosplayers at cons, and I want to join them in photos and stuff like that. I want them to take pictures, fighting the Sentinel, and
That would be so awesome. That'd be a great photo.
Yeah. So I've got to start on that one.
Oh, okay. So you haven't even started. That's what you wanted.
No. I have a start on it. I can show you a couple of the pieces, but I don't have much yet.
Okay. What is the thing on that Sentinel outfit that is going to be like the one that stands out besides it being huge? Is there something else about it that's going to, make it different than just another huge Sentinel cosplay that you are thinking about?
I think the electronics are going to set it apart. I'm planning on having the rotating cannon on one arm.
Oh, okay. Is it like a gun or something, or?
Yeah, I've got it if you want to see it.
Yeah, I would, please. And this is your workshop, correct?
Yeah, this is my workshop. So.
Oh, that's cool.
It's still going to take some painting and other things. So that'll be on the left arm.
That is incredible.
And then it's not quite ready yet, but I am working on having tentacles on the right arm, and they will actually whip around, and they'll have clamps on the end of them.
Nice. Oh, yeah, because they're trying to capture mutants, right? It's trying to like wrap them up, and that's awesome.
Yeah, with electrical sounds, and they'll have flashing lights like it's crackling electricity. And then in addition to those two, I have got about 15 Sentinel sound effects that are, they're straight up from the figurine, which a buddy of mine loaned me. This is his son's figurine. Kenny, if you're out there, thanks for letting me borrow your Sentinel. But this Sentinel talks.
System meltdown. Power core failure in 5.
So
that's so cool. So you're just that's gonna be so great.
Yeah. And a nice loud speaker right up front.
Oh, that's cool. So how are you going to get that tall? Like, are you gonna be on stilts or something, or?
Let me turn the camera a little bit and we'll talk. So, Sentinel, you're gonna have to lay down. This is one of my. This will be one of the feet all the way up to the knee.
Oh, I see. Okay.
This actually has a 5-gallon bucket in it with shoes that I've permanently attached. So I can.
Oh, I see. For you to fit in, to put your foot. Oh, that's amazing. That's hilarious.
So right here, I've already got 2 foot tall. My plan is to have the Sentinel face. My eyes will be about the level of the mouth.
Interesting. Okay.
So
how heavy is one of those boots?
They're about 20 pounds.
Wow. Are you gonna have to like train for that?
Yeah.
Wow. What con are you thinking of hopefully premiering that at?
Well, I was really hoping that GalaxyCon Minneapolis would happen again this year, which is in November. That's the one I won at last year, and I feel some loyalty to them, and I wanted to debut it there, but I have my doubts that it's going to happen.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, you are the reigning champion, so it's up to you to come back and see if you can reclaim it, right?
Or at the very least, just let them have the a little nod to them, from me that I'm going to let their crowd see this thing that I created.
That's awesome. Well, I can't wait to see it. I hope that when it's done, we can meet again, and we can you can show me what it looks like in action.
Absolutely.
Do you want to take us around your shop and show us some stuff? Is that cool? I'm
sure this won't surprise you, but I'm full on nerd.
I'm expecting that.
One of my passions is I collect the Marvel movies, but I collect all the different cases that they come in. So
like the DVD cases and the CD cases, right?
Yeah, everything. So this wall is just X-Men. So if there's anything up here, you know, even like the Cerebro, that's actually a movie case. It has a drawer in the back.
Oh, these are like the exclusive like box sets. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My other passion, and I'll get to the other wall, is Thanos. I love Thanos. Love the Infinity Gauntlet. I met Jim Starlin.
Oh, nice.
I did
nice.
This is a samurai. Yep, Ron Lim too. This is a samurai version of Thanos that I did.
Oh, that's you.
Yep.
That's great.
He found me at the con. I was looking for him, but he kept, I don't know if he was taking breaks or whatever, but I could never run into him.
Interesting.
And then he found me. And he stopped me, and I had never seen what Jim Starlin looked like. And he comes up to me and he goes, well, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but it's pretty good. And I'm like, oh my God, you're Jim Starlin.
Oh man, that's great.
This is kind of my 3D print area.
Oh, that's cool.
This is my smaller printer, making you throw dice in the top of it and it comes out the bottom for a buddy of mine.
Oh, nice.
Here's a couple posters. These were done by the portrait dude is his name. The guy's name is Wes. He is amazing with light.
Yeah.
If you ever find him at a con, he can make any costume look like it's professional.
I thought these were concept drawings from the movie. That's how good they look. Yeah.
That's Wes. He is a magician with a camera. I'll back up here a little bit. This is the other side of part of the workshop.
Yeah.
I've got a I've got a Thor hammer going. That's for a customer.
Very nice. Oh, so do you do commissions too?
I absolutely.
Okay. Great.
Here's my concept drawing for Sentinel. This is the same thing I did with Professor X. I get an idea of how, where something's going to hit me and then build it to that.
That's awesome. So with Professor X, you were sitting down, I'm assuming. Oh no, because you were still standing up.
No, standing up.
That's right.
This is all my MCU movie cases and down over there and other stuff.
Very cool.
And of course you got to have a couch.
Of course.
Yeah. One of my first foam builds was the Captain America shield.
Oh, that's awesome. Half the stuff I'm like, oh, he must have bought that. And I'm like, no, he probably made it.
Some of it's bought. This is my larger printer. It's over here in the corner because it's a little bit loud. And so if I want to print overnight, the other part of the workshop's right underneath our bedroom. So
I see.
You got to have a weapons rack. One of my very favorite things to do is to make katanas.
Really?
I love to make katanas. If like here I've made from the Kill Bill movies.
Oh, that's amazing.
If I'm making a katana and it doesn't feel right, I'll just scrap it.
Really?
It has to feel good in your hand.
What do you do to give it like a certain weight? Like, do you put a little more in the hilt or something? Or how do you keep it from just feeling like you're waving a piece of foam? Or is it made out of metal?
No, these are actually oak.
Okay.
I'm 5th generation woodworker. So I just buy the oak and I put the pieces together and
that's amazing.
I always ask people, I'm like, pick one of my swords up and see how it feels. And they're always like, yeah, that just has a really good feel to it. It has to. Right.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, because I've seen some, katana prop swords and they look great, but as soon as you pick them up, you're like, oh, this doesn't feel like, this feels like a toy, right? It feels cheap.
And I typically build for the person too, like based on their height. And, if it's a big dude, the handle's going to want to be a little bit longer, but it has to feel right to them or I'll just start over.
I see. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. I appreciate that attention to detail.
Yeah, there's more shop.
Oh yeah, ready.
This was just room number 1.
Oh, is that Thor? I saw Thor back there. No,
Oh yeah. So I like to do mashups. I've done several mashups like Samurai Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Thor 300.
I love
and
it.
a dog.
Oh, hello.
Lucy, you're in frame. So I took elements, obviously the Spartan look of the helmet.
Yes.
But then I added the wings more like Thor's helmet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I tried mixing in things like a raven wing, for Odin.
That's great.
If you look down here, I've got the Spartan symbol, but again, then I've got the wings. Even on the leg armor, I've got the symbol for Zeus on one side and the symbol for Odin on the other.
Wow. Do you go around yelling like, "This is Asgard"?
I have not worn this yet.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to since Corona hit.
When were we gonna? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I have a wedding to go to next week, and it's cosplayers, friends of mine, and I'm planning on wearing this for the whole wedding. So
that's incredible.
For Abe and Haley, there, I mentioned them.
Man, that's the kind of wedding I want to go to.
This is one of my favorite parts. I did most of this with my laser. So
wow.
I did Victorsil, and then I did symbols for the different realms.
Oh, yeah. That's
and
amazing.
This shield, it's got a magnet on the strap, so it'll just hook to my back very easily.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I see. So you just like basically place it on top and it snaps in, right?
Yeah, kind of like Captain America throws his shield up on his back.
Yep.
And then my absolute favorite part of this is the hammer, which I call Spearneer.
I love the mashups.
And this is foam, so it's very light.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned over the years that if you make a heavy weapon, you're gonna have a sore arm.
Right. That's a pro tip.
Yeah. That is Thor 300.
I love it.
So,
all right,
let's go to the big side of the shop. So again, I'm 5th generation woodworker. I have been blessed with very generous parents and grandparents who have given me some of their older machines and given me guidance and things like that.
Wow.
This is a CNC router. I can use this to wood, or I can add a laser attachment to it. And I learned very much by mistake that I could laser foam and make things like you saw in that Thor 300 shield, very intricate as you can get a laser to go.
Huh. Okay.
So that was a machine I had to learn. Drill press, of course, you gotta have a drill press. You gotta have a Cylon on your heater. Right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Of course, my dust collector.
Yep. And
all kinds of saws. And of course, I have this is my greens used to be a passion of mine. So this is a battle scene of MCU versus Thanos.
Amazing.
Xmen. And of course, they're all dusty.
Of course.
Yeah. This is a lot of this is art from friends of mine.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite pictures. This is me and my friend Mike.
Oh, is he dressed as Blade?
Yeah. And he didn't know I was behind him. And
Oh,
I've done
that's
that
hilarious.
To him a couple times. And Mike is a very patient person, so. I found using a bandsaw for foam is amazing. And of course, like all nerds, I have my wall of people I've met.
Oh yeah, okay, we got to check these out.
Okay. These are all MCU, so I've got Agent Coulson.
Oh yep, got some Todd Hiddleston there. Yep.
Me and Jim Starlin again. And of course, the legend Stan Lee.
Of course.
Batista. Oh, I forget. Is that Sean Gunn? I always say the wrong brother.
Yep, Sean. Yep.
Mike Coulter.
Yep.
I've got
Lou Ferrigno. We
Gotta
have a
have
back
it.
history. Okay.
Oh, you do? Okay. Oh, that's right. You do.
sorry. I always got to throw that in whenever I can. Keep going, please.
That's okay. David Tennant, of course, Purple Man from Jessica Jones.
Of course.
Paul Bettany and shoot, her name skips my mind now. Scarlet Witch.
Oh man, you've met like the whole cast.
I don't know if you saw the Runaways, but you guys from Runaways were pretty amazing. I must not have very good signal in that side of the basement.
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, it's starting to lag a little bit. I was like, I think it's the brick wall.
I'm on Facebook. I've got a page for Nerdwood Cosplay. I'm on Instagram, again, Nerdwood Cosplay. And contact me. You know, anybody can contact me. If you have questions about how to do something, like all my fellow cosplayers, I'm happy to share information with you. I'm happy to show you how I did something, because cosplay is for all of us. It's for absolutely everybody. Doesn't matter what you want to cosplay. Doesn't matter what character you like, or if it's a different gender or anything like that. If you want to cosplay it, you got to do it.
That sounds great. Now you make me want to like actually put something together. I think the only costume I ever made from scratch was for Ash from Pokemon.
Oh, right on.
I mean, a hot glue gun and some scissors is like the extent of my cosplay knowledge.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that's awesome, man. Appreciate you being here and taking the time to just kind of talk about your experiences, your hobby, and your awesome costumes.
You got it, man. I love your channel. I love your videos. Like I said, your editing is fantastic.
Oh,
And
thank you.
This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's definitely do this again once your Sentinel's up and running.
Absolutely.
Okay, man. That's all I got. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
All right. Bye. So, what made you decide to bring back the Professor X outfit?
Well, and we had, I don't think we discussed this, but I had actually decided to retire it after C2E2 this year.
I did not know that.
I move on really quickly with costumes. I mean, like, I'm working on Sentinel right now, and that's 2 costumes past Professor X. But your request for the interview, and then my picture got featured in an article online, and a bunch of people sent it to me, and it just made me realize a lot of people still want to see this thing.
Yeah.
And really, that's the whole point of why I make this stuff, is for people to enjoy it. So I brought it out of retirement. It's back home where it belongs.
Wow.
I'm probably not going to shave my head again like I did the first time. But
that's good.
well, I have the Cerebro helmet, so
sure. That's awesome. Do you is it there with you now?
It's ready right now.
Oh man, okay, I'm gonna give you a full screen. All right, Aaron, take it away.
Oh, I'm getting a call. Hang on, let me
Sure.
decline
This is
that.
a preview.
It's just work, so they don't need me.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
I'm going to shut off the lights at one point too.
Yes. Wow. Is it charging right now? Is that?
It runs on 7 lithium rechargeable batteries, and I decided just to plug it in instead.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. Just so you can have it on the whole time.
Yeah, and I wanted to make sure that all the lights worked for you, because there's a lot going on in this thing.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. I don't think I've ever seen it in the dark.
So I'll go down here too, because even the fins, I guess you can't see them on this side. Let me move over here.
I can see the vents, the red lights, right?
Yeah.
I can see them.
But then there's also the fins that are supposed to be like, that's kind of like the jet engine.
Right.
And that'll do different colors, different blinking. There's some fun lights there.
That is cool.
Even on the back, I put some more vents and some more LEDs.
Oh, that's great.
And
what's the seat made out of?
Well,
It says 3 parts, right? 3 sections.
yeah, and I'll turn the light back on. So I went to the fabric store and bought blue outdoor vinyl because I felt like that was a really close color
Oh, right.
to how
Right.
it's supposed to look, and really like X-Men blue, really.
Yeah, totally.
And then I took pegboard and I actually hand stitched it and I filled it with batting to give it that puffy. So it actually is very soft.
Interesting. I thought it was just like a floaty. I didn't realize it was actually like filled out and like it's actually a real cushioned seat.
Yeah, I mean, when you're making something for the first time and you don't have any directions, you just got to try something.
Totally.
Now, one of my favorite parts is
Yeah.
I used an old iPhone here in the control panel.
Oh my god.
And I've got 2 rechargeable Sony speakers in the front here. So if I want to, can you hear it?
Oh, I can hear it. That is
And it's
incredible.
all in stereo and everything too. And then I reuse that iPhone for different costumes. So right now I've got it loaded with Sentinel sound effects, but I had a bunch of different things I'd recorded, different Charles saying different things, what would you have me do, Charles?
Oh, that's amazing. Oh yeah, can we check out the helmet?
Of course.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give you a close up and then I'll try it on too.
Sure. Oh yeah.
One thing I noticed when making this helmet is Charles' helmet is very similar to Magneto's, and I think they did that on purpose.
Interesting. Like this is like the Cerebro helmet, right?
Yeah.
Huh. I did not pick up on that.
I put a few X's in, here,
Nice
and here.
touches.
You always got to
Yep.
have some X's in there. This is just a plastic helmet that I built onto with foam.
Interesting.
Nothing too exciting.
From the back, it looks kind of like either a stormtrooper or like a Boba Fett helmet a little bit, just from the back. But
yeah, I think it's just a plastic kids army helmet, if I remember right.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
And then I wanted to disguise the button here, so I could turn it on and off if I wanted to.
Oh, that is incredible.
I'm going to turn this around, because you never get enough looking at me.
Nope.
Oh, I better take my glasses off too.
Yeah, Professor X doesn't wear glasses. Oh, that's amazing.
And of course, with the lights off, you get more.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That is cool. How heavy is the helmet?
Well, it's all foam and plastic, so it's really not that heavy.
It looks like it would be heavy, and that's impressive.
This is just I've gotten not to toot my own horn, but I've gotten really good with different paints going for different effects.
Mm-hmm.
And let me set the helmet back down here. Again, like I said in the other video, if anyone had any questions about this stuff, I'm so happy to share it. Oops.
Just so people can see what it's like when you're in it.
There we go. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. So this is just a paint that gives you a metallic look. It's got a little bit of flake in it, so it gives a little bit of sparkle.
Mm.
And then this is a chrome pen that I found that other than, like, I've tried all different pens and I can't get quite the shine. And this is one of the few ones that actually does and gives it a metallic look.
Yeah.
Same thing on this is just plastic hose like you'd use to hide wires.
Oh, interesting. That's so cool, Aaron.
What else can I show you?
Oh man. I'm guessing the little. Do you ever have like a fog machine kicking out somewhere as you're walking?
I haven't tried that
thought
yet.
of that. No.
Well, the main reason is I really like to compete, and most competitions won't allow you to do anything chemical.
Really?
And it'd just be a shame to go up on stage and not have the fog machine go, right?
Totally. But I think you pulled off the effect with like, just like the little insulation foam or whatever that is. Little
It's just padding.
padding. Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's still, I think it works. Cause then also you have like the blue lights hitting it. So it gives it that extra like effect of it moving
Yeah, and
for some reason.
same thing like the helmet too. The white has got silver around the edges. Two-tone paint like that can give you such a three-dimensional effect. Oh, and I can't miss this. Of course, there's another X in there somewhere.
Amazing. Yeah, that is. So how long does it take you to get into this thing?
I got to give credit to my friends Matt and Tim, who they often go with me to cons. Tim is usually Havoc, and Matt is usually Gambit. And I used to like lay on the floor, literally lay down flat and pull it over top of myself and then slowly wiggle my way up to standing. And I can't remember if it was Tim or Matt or both, but they were like, why don't we just lift this thing up and you just stand there and we'll set it down around you.
Oh, right. Yeah. As if it's like, like a giant like dress that they're just putting on top of you, right?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And that made life so much easier.
Gotcha. So what you're saying is this is not a one-person outfit to put on.
It's not even close.
That is.
A couple other things I built into this because, well, you're at a con, you find a comic book you want, or you need to carry a bottle of water or something like that. I built storage. Oh man, boy, that magnet is tight. Holy cow! There we go. I've got storage in both the armrests.
Wow.
This one too, I won't open it because it'll pull the cord for the iPhone right now. But
yeah.
And I've got one fan built in here to kind of keep my face cool. Believe it or not, it traps a bunch of heat down here. So I'm wearing shorts, and you'd think I'd be nice and cool. But, so I put another fan down there.
Yep.
To just blow on my legs. Because even though cosplay is pain, you still got to get cooled off a little bit.
Oh, of course. When you're walking around with this thing, how heavy is it? Are you like it's supporting itself, right? So it's on wheels.
Correct.
Okay, so you're not.
I'm wedged into it.
Gotcha.
So you're with some PVC, and then the PVC bracket. This is the bracket that goes in and pushes up against my stomach, and then this bracket gets covered up with a tartan blanket. Actually, that's the remnants of the tartan blanket that I use. I gave half to my dogs. Oh, that's right. Because he does have a blanket on his lap. You're right. He does. Yeah.
Okay, that's why you get so hot and sweaty, is because not only is it warm down there, but the blanket's trapping the heat too.
Right. Exactly.
Oh man, yeah, that is incredible. I am really excited that you decided to bring this thing out of retirement, because it's too awesome to not have out.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I really wish like I want to like actually be in this thing and just give it a spin. It looks so cool. And I've never ever wanted to dress up as Professor X until today.
Well, you'd make a fine Professor X. One Professor X to another.
Thanks. Oh man.
I do.
Oh, go. Sorry.
Before we end the call too, I do have a little update on Sentinel that I think you might enjoy. So don't let me forget that.
Okay. Well, show me that in a sec. But I do know that sometimes you have like a spinning swirly thing behind his head. I think I saw that on the floor against the wall.
Do.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Certainly. This is so I literally made it out of round plexiglass.
And this is supposed to mimic like his telepathy, right? Like the waves.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And if you see right there, 2 spots where that can lock into.
Gotcha.
So let me sit you down for 1 second, and I'll put it in there.
Sure.
me see if I can. I can't get us any power today, but even when it's not turned on, it's clear what it is, you know.
Yeah. Like as soon as you're sitting there and you do the, the little hand gesture and you have that one hand against your head,
Right.
it totally works. That's incredible.
And what a great prop for pictures too.
Oh yeah.
I thought about leaving it off because it really covers up the back of the chair. You don't really see the work that I put into the vinyl, but it's such a neat effect. I don't think I could ever take it off.
Yeah, I think, that's a good point, huh? Because it pretty much covers like the whole thing. But yeah. I think it delivers in a different area. So I mean, with or without it, it's still people will still get the point.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that is awesome, man. I'm super impressed.
I don't know that I've, sometimes you make a costume and people don't quite know who you are. Like my Thanos samurai.
Yes.
But a lot of times, and I was surprised at how much people got what Thanos was. Once they see the gauntlet and the lights on it and stuff like that, then it kind of comes together. This one, I don't think I've had hardly anybody come up to me and not know who I am, which is just really a tribute to like Larry Houston and the people who worked on that cartoon in the 90s. They did such iconic work that everybody recognizes it. Even if you're not an X-Men fan, people recognize you.
Yep. I mean, it's just, there's not that many characters in a wheelchair to begin with, but also like, Professor X, just by like the visual, they might not know his name, but they know like where he's from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you are definitely in a league of your own in terms of this Professor X cosplay for sure. Yeah.
And I appreciate the praise, but I have to tell you, there are so many more cosplayers out there who are doing even more incredible stuff than I am. And they're my heroes, and I learn from them, and I love their work.
Well, that's the cool thing, right? Because like you can always learn from someone else, and you can kind of like always bounce ideas off of them and ask them how they made something. They can give you tips and stuff. That way you don't make the same mistakes that they did. That's kind of like the awesome part of like that community.
You know what? Hang on. I'm gonna make you dizzy here. We're working around my shop. Let me see if there's any juice in this power pack. There is. It would just be a waste of an interview if I didn't turn these lights on.
There are more lights?
Well, yeah, I was gonna turn on the telepathy.
Oh, it lights up?
Yeah.
I mean, of course it does.
Well, let's see. It has been so long since I've even worn this thing that I'm trying to remember how to make the lights move. They're on.
How long has it been?
I haven't worn it since November. And like I said, for me, that was a couple costumes ago. So let me shut off the lights again for you.
I think, you know what you need to do, Aaron? You need to either take this to a rave, or you need to go to like Burning Man or something, or like Coachella. You need to, this deserves to be out there. It's too cool.
You know what? If they'll put me out a flat runway, then I'll come out there to them.
maybe not Burning Man, because that's kind of like in the desert. So
okay.
Yeah, but that's wow. I'm not really a cosplay expert, but usually I can think of a couple of things that I would do to, like make it a little more engaging or visually interesting, but I have no notes, like zero. Yeah, it's incredible.
Well, it is nothing but joy for me to have someone like you enjoy it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, that's great. Wow. Yeah, man. You said you had some Sentinel updates?
I do. So remember I told you that I have a lot of friends who are cosplayers, even just here locally. And I'm going to move a couple things over here. They, sometimes I need a little kick to get moving on building again.
Mm-hmm.
And I've really been stalled out on Sentinel. Once I made these boots, which, you know, they're not even close to done yet. I totally stalled out and I started working on other stuff. So my friends, Tim, Mike, and Trey came over on Sunday and got me going on building this cage, which is going to be basically the skeleton of the Sentinel.
Oh,
But we've got him up on a 5-gallon bucket, so you can actually get an idea of how massive this thing is going to be.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm going to be looking out the Sentinel's mouth. So once it's finished building, I won't be able to have it set up down here because it's too tall.
Yeah.
But we got some cage work done, and I took today off and did a little bit more, and I'm in building mode.
You're feeling motivated.
I think of in Iron Man 2 when he starts making that particle accelerator, and he tells all the robots, you know, we're back in build mode, and that's kind of my mindset. I get in build mode, and I gotta follow it through.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I think the last time we talked, which was just a few days ago, this wasn't set up at all. So, I can see that you're really making some progress.
Yeah, it's going to be something. I just hope people enjoy it as much as the professor.
I mean, if you're going to put as much detail into it as I think you will, I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be loud and big and lights, and I showed you the sound effects last time.
Oh yeah.
And you rarely go to a con and not see people in X-Men or mutants or, you know, some kind of costume, and you know, they want a picture with you, and I want a picture with them, and yeah, it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, well, I think it's great for you too because you know, one, you won't be able to move as quick, but really people will just come to you, which is even better for photos. So yeah, man, thank you for, I'll let you get back to, you know, working. I don't want to, you know, ruin your groove or anything, but yeah, thanks for just giving me a quick update on that. And
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll definitely add this to the end of the video.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark.
All right.
Take care.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye.